Welcome back to L&R Enigma. Tonight, we delve into a story that blurs the line between a simple snapshot and a final, haunting farewell. The last photo she ever took. It begins on a crisp autumn afternoon in the sprawling forests of Oregon. A young, vibrant woman named Elise, an aspiring photographer, decided to embark on a solo camping trip. Her goal was simple: to capture the breathtaking beauty of the sunset over the serene lake. A perfect golden memory to add to her portfolio. She packed her gear, her tent, and her trusted digital camera. Filled with the excitement that only a true artist feels when chasing the perfect light. But that perfect memory, that golden moment she so desperately wanted to capture, would tragically become her last. When Elise didn't return home as scheduled, her family grew worried. A search party was organized, combing through the dense woods and along the misty shores of the lake. Days turned into a week, and the hope of finding her alive began to fade. Finally, a hiker stumbled upon her abandoned campsite. The tent was still pitched, her sleeping bag neatly rolled, and her backpack lay beside the cold fire pit. And there, resting on a log, was her camera, its lens cap still on, as if waiting to be used one last time. But Elise was gone, vanished without a trace. Investigators were baffled. They scoured the area for weeks, using dogs, drones, and teams of volunteers. They found no footprints other than her own. There were no signs of a struggle, no discarded items, no clues left behind. It was as if she had simply been plucked from the earth. The only thing they had was her camera. When they powered it on, the memory card held just 3 photographs from that fateful day. The first picture was of the forest path she had walked, dappled sunlight filtering through the canopy of ancient trees. It was a beautiful, peaceful image, capturing the tranquility of her surroundings. The second photo was a selfie. Elise was smiling brightly, the clear water of the lake sparkling behind her. She looked happy, completely at ease, without a care in the world. It was the picture of someone savoring a perfect day. But it was the third and final image that sent a shiver down the spine of every detective who saw it. It was another selfie, taken just moments after the second one. But this time, the joyful expression was gone. Elise's eyes were wide with sheer, unadulterated terror. Her mouth was open as if in a silent scream. And standing directly behind her, just over her shoulder, was a figure. It was a tall, unnervingly thin, dark silhouette. It had no discernible features, no face, no clothes, just a void-like shape standing against the fading light of the sunset. A stark, black outline of something that shouldn't have been there. One detective later described it as looking like a shadow that had detached itself from the ground. The photo was analyzed by forensic experts, but the results only deepened the mystery. There was no evidence of digital manipulation. The lighting, the focus, the timestamp, everything indicated it was a genuine photograph. The search for the person in the background intensified. They checked records of missing persons, local residents, and even park rangers. They found nothing. No one matched her description, and more disturbingly, no one else had been reported in that remote area of the forest for days. The figure in the photo was a ghost. As news of the case spread, local folklore began to surface. Elder residents of the nearby towns spoke of a legend, a story passed down through generations. They called it the Shadow Manan entity, said to haunt those very woods. The tale varied, but the core was always the same. A tall, dark figure that appears at dusk, often near the water's edge. They say it doesn't walk, it glides. It doesn't speak, it just watches. For decades, hikers and campers have reported seeing a strange, shadowy outline from the corner of their eye, only for it to disappear when they turned to look directly. Some claimed that if you took a picture in that forest, especially at twilight, you might capture more than you intended. If you look closely enough at old photos taken in that area, some say you can spot the same silhouette lurking in the background, a silent observer in every frame. The official investigation eventually went cold. With no body and no suspects, Elise's case was filed away as an unsolved disappearance. But the story of her last photo lived on, becoming a chilling, modern legend. The camera itself was placed in an evidence locker, a relic of a mystery that refused to be solved. Years later, A tech-savvy journalist managed to get access to the digital files for a retrospective report. He discovered something even more unsettling. While the first two images were perfectly intact, the file for the third photo, the one with the silhouette, was different. It was strangely corrupted. Attempts to run diagnostics on it caused programs to crash. It was as if the data itself was unstable, volatile. The journalist claimed that when he tried to enhance the dark figure, his computer screen would flicker and emit a low humming static, as if something within the image was resisting, as if it were still alive. The woods by the Oregon Lake remain a popular spot, but those who know the story of Elise tread a little more carefully as the sun begins to set. They take their pictures of the golden hour, but they always check them twice. They look over their shoulder a little more often. Because in the quiet of the wilderness, you never know who or what might be standing just outside the frame. So the next time you're out in nature, capturing a memory as daylight fades, take a moment, listen to the silence. And before you press that shutter button, make sure you're truly alone, because what's behind you might already be posing for the picture. If this story sent a chill down your spine, hit that like button and subscribe to L&R Enigma. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next mystery we unearth, waiting for you in the dark.